Welcome to Three the Hardaway, aka the three-man Jalen Weave, aka the best big three since LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, live on YouTube on a Tuesday evening. If you are here, leave a like on the video, of course, comment in the live chat during the discussion, and subscribe to the channel. 97 away from that 500. It's the NBA Finals. We're going into a very, very busy all season after the finals as well, too. So lock in with us. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket, providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Over here, we got the coach on the sideline, taking them school on off the court. And when I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty, what's good?
Ain't not much, man. How was your birthday, Savage?
Man, it was cool, man. I spent much of it serving in church, ironically enough. So we had the toddlers in church service. So imagine a room full of 16 toddlers running around just being crazy. But aside from that, it was good. And then we had church fam over for most of the day. So I actually was tired by the end of my birthday. And then Monday, I just rested. I was literally in our room just chilling all day. So, but yeah, serving the Lord is what I did most of my birthday. So, yep. Got to.
Amen.
We also got your favorite DJ, San Man himself, Mr. Ted Shakir, too. I like that shirt, man.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all cop them. You know what I'm saying? everyhourmedia.com is where you can find it. I'm good, bro. You know, went to wrestling yesterday. Saw a whole.
How was that, man? What's up? Right. Money in the bank. A Raw after. What's going on?
It was always a good time, man. But Jay was not even 50%, bro. So I need my dog to get at least one more chance. It needs to be a Jay and Gunther part 3 to go ahead and just get it all out. Even though I think Gunther still might win, but he's something serious. But again, a great time. My favorite part, of course, was seeing Ron Killings come out. And, I was literally standing up the entire time. Like, as soon as I saw him come out with the mask, everybody, who's that? I'm like, yo, y'all need to stand the fuck up. This ride, sorry. Y'all need to stand up and realize what this dude has done. So, of course, me cheering all the way from the nosebleeds to him, that was special, of course. Seeing my dog Dom do his thing. I'm always having fun. I told you, I feel like a kid now. So,
yeah. So Seth Rollins won Money in the Bank. Shout out to Naomi too. Naomi got that job.
Finally, her, yes.
They got a nice little bill going on for the women for sure. Because I feel like they setting up Jay to get the title at some point, and that's gonna be Naomi creeping in behind her, to mess that shit up. You know what I'm saying? But Seth getting it's gonna be interesting. He got it now, but it's gonna be interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, that was your birthday.
Oh yeah, you had one too, dog. What's up?
We should go back and talk about how the women. So the women have an evolution too, and I don't know if that will be the time, but that is a great time for her actually. But even the Queen of the Ring tournament, to your point about the build-up, whether Jade or Bianca wins the whole thing and then goes to SummerSlam to challenge whoever it may be, I think that is another way or another time that Naomi can be in there. The reason why I didn't want to mention my birthday was because it was the complete opposite of what you did. So I just want to say glorified in the Lord and praising him and what we do.
Amen.
And we're just going to leave it at that because mine was the complete opposite.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
There's nothing wrong with
it. I'm on vacation this week, so I understand. Definitely understand, man. Before we transition to, did you watch BET Awards? Because I hear a lot of good things about it.
I haven't, but I've heard great things about it. And I'm happy that they decided to leave these other young dudes that can't and dudettes that can't rap outside of Glows, like hold it down for the City Glow. Yeah. But other than that, I've heard great things about it. BET's taking the nostalgia route, which is what they should have been doing from the jump. But I think they got more opportunities now because, again, more of our artists are grown now. They're grown as hell. They already on tour anyway, so it should just be a matter of picking up the phone and having the conversations. But I appreciate it. I'll definitely go back and watch. I've seen TikTok highlights, but again, shout out to BET. I ain't heard none, but again, great things about it, which is finally,
Same.
And then your boy doing 106 in sports, Cam Newton.
Man, bro. Forever QB1, bro. Like, he the perfect. It's all synonymous, bro. It's all synonymous.
Good looks, man. Good looks. I like it, man. All right, we here for the basketball, man. I got NBA trivia. I got a lot of things today.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where you go with this.
I got NBA trivia. So, I want you gentlemen to, you should be able to get this. Most of them anyway. I think you should be able to get all of them. That's just me. But I might give you a hint on one of these players. But can you guys name the youngest players to win Finals MVP. Top 10.
The top 10 youngest players to win Finals MVP.
Is Jaylen Brown on there?
Jaylen Brown is not on here.
Shaq went too old, but
nope, not Shaq.
MJ,
Kobe,
not Kobe.
MJ.
Kobe wanted older. Remember, he wanted older.
He wanted when he was older. Damn, that's a good. Hold on, I like this. Whoa.
And you should.
Tim Duncan.
No.
Tim Duncan
not on here.
Tim Duncan.
So, Tim Duncan is on here. Yep, he was 22 years old when he won it.
And how old was Tony Parker?
Magic Johnson.
Tony Parker was 24. So he's number 5. Magic Johnson's on here twice. He was 20 as a rookie.
Okay.
22. So he's on here twice.
We finna Larry Bird.
On there, Larry Bird, right? Yeah.
Nope, not Larry Bird.
Oh, he was an old white boy. Okay. Hakeem was too old. Man.
Was he?
No,
yeah.
Hakeem.
Hakeem was old.
Jeez, I like this.
I'm gonna say one player is still playing in the league right now.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi Leonard was 22. He was a baby. It was the Spurs. He was Finals MVP. All right. Sheedy, you should know one of these players very well.
Dwayne Wade.
Wade, 24 years old. All right. The rest of these players are 80s players. Just think of players in the 80s.
Julius.
Not Julius Erving. No. Think about Lakers. Aside from Magic.
James Worthy.
Nope.
Yeah.
Good guess though, because he did win.
Outside of Kareem, Wilt.
Kareem did win 23.
Kareem did win it as a young.
He won it with Milwaukee. Yep.
Obviously, I never would have guessed it.
Milwaukee. He was Lou Alcindor.
Yeah.
Lou Alcindor.
You're right.
You wasn't stopping him. So I mean, is that 7?
That is 7 technically with Magic Johnson.
Magic twice.
Mm-hmm. All right. One of these players, he just passed away not too long ago. White guy, tall. Former
Bill Walton.
Bill Walton, Big Red with Portland.
Okay.
One of the finals. Another player, he was a role player for Boston in the 80s. I don't know if y'all know him.
Kevin McHale. No.
Not Kevin McHale. Black.
Damn.
His last name Jones.
Not Jones, but it's out with a J. Yeah. Now KC Jones was the coach, I believe.
That's something. That's what I don't know.
Damn.
He made a great play. It's an iconic play with Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who's the guy to make the layup? Who's the guy to make the layup? DJ is the first and last initial.
I can't
think D and J.
I don't know about
something Johnson.
Something Johnson.
Yeah. Shit, Dwayne Johnson.
TKO.
Not The Rock. It is Dennis Johnson. Dennis Johnson. He won Finals MVP at 24 years old. The last player is one of the best Detroit Pistons player. Not Isaiah Thomas.
Joe
Dumars. Yep. Joe Dumars won it at 25. One of the best shooters to ever play the game, man. So the top 10.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Young was Magic. Magic Johnson at 20, rookie. We'll never see that again. We'll never see that again. So the top 10 is Magic Johnson twice, Kawhi Leonard at 22, Tim Duncan at 22, Kareem at 23, Tony Parker, Dwayne Wade, Dennis Johnson, Bill Walton at 24, Dumars at 25. There were also some other players tied at 25 as well too, but I think they did it by the number of days attached to them as well too. Okay. So that's top 10 youngest players to ever win Finals MVP.
I like that.
This year, I think, let me see, if SGA win, he's 26, I think.
I'm looking at now. Yeah, 26.
How old is Halliburton? I don't think he'll win it, but how old is Halliburton?
I'll look it up.
That'd be like 24?
He's 25.
25? Okay, so yeah. So they wouldn't be barely top 10 on this list. So that just puts the perspective, people disrespecting these older players, like, look, Magic won it as a rookie at 20. Playing center, not point guard.
Yeah.
Playing center.
Jump ball, hook shot.
Yes, sir.
Never forget.
Yes, sir. All right, my next, game I got for y'all. We are going to swap NBA duos, and you tell me which duo is better. All right. So the first swap, LeBron and Kyrie, Luka and AD. Which duo is better?
LeBron and Kyrie. They beat us 73 in that 9 team. and have 40 points in the same
game?
I
mean, currently, not like in his historically, currently.
Oh, just currently. Oh, so we got to factor age in it too. Oh,
currently, yes, currently.
You said Luka, Fatu, and AD.
Yeah, it's LeBron and Kyrie, Luka and AD currently.
LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, I'm still going LeBron and Kyrie. I'm still going.
That man dropped 24, 8, and 8 last season. Come on now. No.
Okay. I like that. Next one. John Morant and Karl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh my God.
Karl Anthony Towns and John Morant.
Damn, that's a good one.
I know. I was like, that actually is a good one. It's a very good one.
And why are you not giving your answers too, by the way?
He's sneaky on this shit.
I want y'all answers.
I'm gonna go John Morant and Cat as well. I don't know why. Don't ask me why.
Okay. No, I know why.
You ask me this next spot, the answer probably switch.
Okay. Next one. Tyrese Halliburton, Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards, Pascal Siakam.
And Pascal. I feel like it's more dog on that dog and more talent on that side.
Okay.
Yes. Because what is Tyrese going to do?
He's going to be trying to look for an assist, and it's 2-on-2. You got to try to score.
Look, Gang 2 Halliburton was not looking good. Okay. Next one. Joel Embiid, Stephon Castle, Wemby, and Maxey.
Damn. Give me Wemby and Maxey. I'm sorry. Nope.
Wemby and Maxey?
Joel ain't got no legs. He currently is what we saying. So currently.
Yes. We got to make
ain't doing shit. I mean.
And who was so hard? So it was who you say Maxey instead? I mean, if you think about it, like they both not playing anyway, so it's either Maxey or Castle. And you kind of got to go Maxey. So yeah, Maxey and Wemby. Here we go.
Still waiting.
All right. Okay. This one is the Took special. Kevin Durant.
You gotta go first.
Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Devin Booker.
Why would you put KD and James Harden? That's so messed up, YouTube. Oh, you said Kawhi and Devin?
Kawhi and Booker, KD and Harden.
I hate you.
I know. I hate me too.
I gotta go Booker and Kawhi.
Woo! You taking down KD?
No, I'm picking.
He don't like James Harden. Damn,
I don't like him that much.
No. Good try. I'm not picking against KD. I'm picking.
Was Harden All NBA this year? Was he All NBA?
13, wasn't he? I know he might have been 13, but he was definitely All-Star. I definitely got KD and James Harden.
It's like y'all got my favorite player and my least favorite player on the same team.
So
that's not fair, bro. You know me so well. It's not fair. Versus Devin Booker and Kawhi, who healthy can't play. So I hate you. I'm gonna get you back. Well, I'm gonna find something. This way.
Okay.
All right, last one. Donovan Mitchell and Chet Holmgren, SGA, Evan Mobley.
Whew. SGA, Evan Mobley for me.
Hella defense.
Huh?
It's a hella defense.
I mean, you still got scoring too. That's 30 points a game, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy. If you turn this in like to a 2-on-2, that would have been an even different conversation too. But yeah,
Chet with Spider will be.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, because the way that they attack. I still go SGA though for right now.
Okay.
SGA and his partner of choice at this point.
Whoever won't play with him, I got you.
Whoever.
All right, man. Sorry to don't kill me in the NBA trivia.
I'm gonna get you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like Money in the Bank. You don't know when Seth gonna cash in, but once he cash in, it's gonna be a wrap. Oh, just wait.
I'm gonna cash in on 3 to Hardaway. That's crazy. It'll be the hour and 15th minute. Like, all right, the show ain't over with yet. NBA trivia.
So you thought.
All right, man. Let's get into some NBA news really quick. First up, Darius Garland is going to have toe surgery. He is out 4 to 5 months. There was a rumor that the Cavs were interested in trading him, which I mean, I'm not surprised by that. It's been time to break up that small backcourt. But I think this kind of puts a damper on the Cavs' plans of trading Darius Garland. And he ain't the only one that's getting surgery. Zach Edey is getting surgery as well. I forget what he hurt, but he hurt himself while training. Ankle. Okay, yeah, that's right, ankle. And I'm like, damn, what the hell did you do with your ankle? You ain't playing 5-on-5. Did you like fall out the air? Like, what happened? But he got surgery as well. His timeline, I think they say, is 2 months. But regardless, it's like still when you come back, you're not gonna be able to play in training camp with your team. They got to get acclimated, not having Edey or Brandon Clark with the Grizzlies. So you kind of need another big man. You ain't gonna be starting. What's the guy's name? The white guy. His name. Yeah, Huff. Like Huff. Like, come on, we ain't bringing Huff into the regular season. That ain't gonna happen. So yeah, unfortunate news for injuries across the NBA. And then next we got Jason Kidd. The Knicks want Jason Kidd, man. They really want him, and I can understand why. He's a good coach. He's coached with the Mavericks, obviously, to the finals in previous years. Coach Giannis a couple of years ago was on the Lakers staff when they won the NBA bubble, and obviously one of the best point guards of all time. He's a great basketball mind. The Knicks want Jason Kidd. The Mavericks actually blocked the Knicks from interviewing Jason Kidd, which in my opinion means what y'all giving up if you want Jason Kidd. I think either way it's going to be interesting because if you're the Mavericks, like if you're Kyrie or AD, if Jason Kidd leaves, who's going to be your coach? If you're the Dallas Mavericks, do I trust Nico to hire a good coach? Don't know. And if you're the Knicks, if they with AD, okay, and Kyrie,
because he love defense.
Man, AD be out in about 2 games. Like,
oh my god,
exactly.
But yeah, the Knicks want Jason Kidd. I think if they want to happen, they can make it happen because you can give up something to the Dallas Mavericks, who are in the market of bringing in more assets to put around your big three, if you call it AD, Kyrie, and Cooper Flag, who was working out with the Mavericks, by the way. I don't know why. I'm like, it's Cooper Flag. I don't need to work out. What are y'all thoughts on Jason Kidd potentially going to the New York Knicks? Along with KD, I put in parentheses because they also want KD.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. You're talking about Jason Kidd is one of those great coaches when it comes to with a point guard. Like, he needs a guard. He might not be as well versed as a Kenny Atkinson. I know Tuka's really high on Kenny Atkinson. I agree. Mm-hmm. Kenny Atkinson can do with guards, but I think Jason Kidd is up there as well with his ability to talk and navigate a point guard such as Jalen Brunson to be maybe looking for the assists more often than not. The question would be, if they bring on Jason Kidd, is this the same team or is it not? I think that's another question for me. But I think this roster as is with Jason Kidd is definitely back in the Eastern Conference Finals, especially for next year. That's as is. If they do any changes, they may go to the finals themselves. But as is, this is definitely a Eastern Conference Final contender, if not winning the Eastern Conference Finals.
I definitely couldn't agree more, and I'm gonna definitely. I guess I got to talk on both players at this point. But one thing about this is that we also saw that Jalen Brunson had a lot of success under Jason Kidd when he was on the Mavericks as well. And Jalen Brunson is a killer, and respectfully, he's a killer who can see the game a little bit better. And I told y'all last podcast that this is the time where the Knicks need to go from a Mark Jackson to a Steve Kerr. We know what we got, so allow them to see the game differently, offensively and defensively, and let's just go out there and win and play winning basketball. And I think Jason Kidd and Jalen Brunson have done it already. Them coming to New York will only put fire on what's going on in New York. As for Kevin Durant and the New York Knicks, and we're going to talk about this more as far as like why the finals is boring, but the NBA, the New York, I get it, New York cool. The NBA needs for Kevin Durant to go to the New York Knicks, and it needs to be focused around KD, Cat, and Jalen Brunson. Because, and again, we'll talk about it, but the foundation of the NBA was superstars. I don't care what y'all say, and we'll talk. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to this for sure. But I would love for KD to be a Knick. But again, there are other teams that's vouch for his services. I do know that the Knicks have the pieces and the money that can make it happen to, again, be able to formulate a big three. Like, you don't have to get, I know people saying you got to get rid of Cat. You don't have to, especially, again, if Boston able to pay $500,000 in luxury tax, New York can make that same sacrifice.
Well, the trade, rumor trade was OG and somebody else, I think. OG and Mitchell Robinson.
Let it go. For whatever reason, I get that he's older, but the fact that his value is OG and a Mitchell Robinson low, that it kind of makes things interesting because, again, if I'm a team like the Spurs or, who else was on my, even OKC can still find a way either win and bring in Kevin Durant, which would be scary for the league. So, again, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, honestly, KD should have been a New York Knick. He was supposed to be a Knick a long time when he went to Brooklyn.
When he became a Knick.
He became a Knick, yeah, because Kyrie was there. You know what I'm saying? And I think that started with Kyrie. Kyrie should have just went to the New York Knicks, but I know he's from that area, so it is what it is. But this will be a long time coming, and I'm sure that New York would be okay with getting a 37, 38-year-old Kevin Durant for this window of opportunity to win an NBA championship with Jalen Brunson. I think that Brunson's going to be there, and I think Cat going to be there as well too. I think that's their nucleus offensively, and in the Eastern Conference, if you score 120 points, you're going to win some games. I mean, that's the Pacers, that was the Cavs. Boston put up 6 threes a game. So it's like if you score 120, you're gonna probably win a lot of games, and nobody has an answer for Kevin Durant aside from Milwaukee with Giannis, but Giannis ain't got none else around him in Milwaukee. So it's like if you get Kevin Durant, nobody's guarding you. If you're the New York Knicks, you got to make it happen. As far as Jason Kidd, I would do what I can to get Jason Kidd as well too. Like that's a great coach. He knows what he's doing. He's been there. He's done that on different levels. So if you New York and Dallas is saying, okay, you got to give us some picks, bye, in order to get a championship. It's been this long without since what, 72, if I'm not mistaken, when Phil Jackson was on the team. Phil Jackson was playing for the Knicks when they won a championship, y'all.
Yeah, you got to say that again for everybody in the back.
72. My parents were 7 years old. That's a long ass time. My parents will be 60 this year. Long ass time.
Years ago? Damn.
Yeah, long ass time. Yes, long ass time since the Knicks have won anything. And if you look at the landscape of the Eastern Conference, you do what you got to do to win. If that includes firing Tom Thibodeau, you do it. That includes trading Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby, even though you just paid them, you do it. If you can get Kevin Durant, if you're the New York Knicks, I would do that as soon as possible and maximize these next 2, 3, 4 years of winning the NBA championship. It's pretty simple, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, can I add on to what you're saying before we go to our next topic is if there was ever a season or a summer to sell your soul to the Rock, this is the season in the East. Like without a doubt. Like sell it. Like because who's your competition? You're looking at your quote unquote competition is Indiana. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Boston's gonna have Tatum at what point, right? Mm-hmm. When is he gonna get back and what is he gonna look like? The Bucks are down. They're out. The Magic are the only aspiring team that should probably give you a little bit of discomfort because they're definitely going to trade and get somebody there.
Yeah.
The Cavs are going to go down because Garland's going to be out for a while. So, like that top 4 that was just there, what are you doing? So, yes, if you had to sell it, now's your chance. And don't be worried about it. Picks, players.
Think about the window. Think about the window. Because them picks, in theory, should be bottom of the first round anyway. Go ahead and get rid of it. It doesn't matter. A player like Kevin Durant is worth way more than the 28th pick in the draft. It's worth way more. It's too easy, man. Speaking of too easy, Michael Beasley versus Lance Stephenson. So you have.
I'm sorry, too. You gotta see the highlights. Bro.
Yeah, too.
When you say too easy, it was New Orleans too easy.
Yeah,
God, dog. Big Easy, you hear me?
Yeah, Big Easy for real. So there's this thing now where players, retired players, former players no longer in the NBA, are doing one-on-one, and Michael Beasley has the legend of tearing up LeBron James in one-on-ones back when they were in Miami. I don't think anybody got footage, but if you've seen Michael Beasley play in isolation, it's easy to understand. 6'10", 250, lefty, of course, and a walking bucket. He averaged a double-double in college. I think it was like 25 and 12 in college, something crazy like that. Crazy. people were debating should he have been the number 1 pick over Derrick Rose. I have no problem with that debate because Michael Beasley in college was probably the best player in college in terms of like going from there to the NBA. That being said, he is a part of some random one-on-one league that has similar vibes to like a boxing match sort of thing. And prior to his matchup with Lance Stephenson, who was also a good one-on-one player, not necessarily 5-on-5, but one-on-one player, and he was talking his shit to Lance Stephenson in ways that some might say is uncomfortable. and if you look at Lance Stephenson, he was uncomfortable in that interaction. So let's watch a clip from this. Watch a clip from this promo featuring Michael Beasley talking trash to Lance Stephenson.
You understand? I'm gonna do it to you sexy. You understand? I'm gonna make them people love you tonight. You understand? For real. I'm gonna make the people love you.
Already.
I'm gonna have you shaking ass, nigga. I'm gonna make you dance, Lance.
No, I ain't gonna do that.
I'm gonna make you dance, Lance. We gonna get straight to it, nigga. I'm gonna bring my dancing shoes and I'm gonna tap all over that court. You understand? You better. I ain't gonna get shaking ass.
No. Nobody in the world ever did that.
Hello, everybody. Nobody at your service.
He said, "I'm gonna have you shaking ass."
Yes, he said he gonna have. And be clear, he had Lance Stephenson shaking ass on the court.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Shaking like a stripper, tight.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Man, when I tell you, like Lance was guarding him, like he was pressed against him, like he was guarding him, and Beasley again. Stevenson's like 6'5", and Michael Beasley is 6'10". He's a 6'10" guard. So it was like jab, step, dribble, stop on a dime, behind the back, step back, bank shot, cash, like all game long. And the score is right there, 31-21. So Lance got some buckets up, but at the end of the day, Michael Beasley did win. And I'm in on this. I'm in on the one-on-one with the promo attached to it. As long as they talking trash, and they have to get on the court afterwards to back it up, I'm with it. I'm absolutely with it. And I think who was there? I think it was Stack. Steven Jackson was saying that he wants to see Michael Beasley and ISO Joe go at it. I would love to see that.
Hey, I would pay for that.
I
would pay for that.
And by the way, this was pay-per-view as
paid.
well.
Yeah,
pay-per-view as well. So yeah,
Damn.
I don't know how much it was, but
it was like $10, I think.
Yes,
like it was chunk change.
Yeah, it was chunk change.
But they paid my fault. I'll take it away.
Go ahead.
It was 100,000. So first of all, you have to watch if you have not watched this yet. Watch it. Go on YouTube, find the clip. The whole interview. It's about 24-25 minutes. Mm-hmm. And within this interview, from the beginning of this interview, I'm creeped out by Mike Beasley.
Yes.
From the beginning, like
you see Lance creeped out.
Yeah, Lance like,
hey, yo,
dude, this dude. Yeah, this ain't the Mike Beasley I know. Is what he kept saying. But like, just watch it the whole time, bro. Like, it creates enough to make you want to watch that specific. I knew when the game was. I knew exactly when it was on Friday. And y'all look at the finals. If the finals and that was at the same time, I probably would have checked in on this first before the finals. I'm being all the way honest with you, because that's how much of a build up there was the day before for this. I could definitely see this in a format for the All-Star weekend, but
no, niggas ain't that smart.
For this, I would only say this. I would make it 8 players, 4 games. But actually, I would like to have 2 games going on at the same time, to be honest. So I can see both games going on. But bro, y'all have to. I mean, I say y'all, but the build up is what made this even more necessary. And I mean, they had 100,000. First, it was 100,000 for the win, but Beasley also said, "I bet you won't beat me to 12 points." They put another 100,000 on the spot for that.
I like that live betting with it. Ooh, on
yes.
Yes.
Ooh, I love it.
One thing for sure is that I love just the idea of what we're seeing, right? Like one-on-ones for sure. Would it get to a point where they will have a one-on-one competition during All-Star game? But I'm saying during All-Star game as a competition. because again, we're already seeing the older players not messing with the All-Star game, period. And you know, this would be just something that is like for the streaming thing that happened a couple of weeks ago when they were talking about beef.
Streaming
you take somebody's audience and you make them their own. This is something perfect that, again, I pay for Michael Beasley and Joe Johnson. Is basketball is beautiful, it's us. So this has a potential to be amazing. I feel like and two, everybody that's tuned in, you're welcome as far as like if you like basketball or wrestling, because again, we've been saying for the last year or so, it's becoming synonymous. When I'm seeing Tyrese Halliburton t-shirts and Jalen Brunson t-shirts on WWE, cool. When I see a promo like that regardless of Michael Beasley's theatrics or whatever, he's in a character that people can quote unquote fall in love with. Yes. And if we're putting one-on-one basketball to this, which is what we want anyway, this could be a gold mine. A literal gold mine that we're seeing the foundation of. I'm telling you. I hope that people that are running this are smart enough to be able to be like, all right, we definitely got something. How can we make it better and still keep it authentic? And not let a TKO come in and mess them up.
Let me renege what I said about All-Star Weekend.
About what? What's
about making this an All-Star Weekend?
Oh, okay.
Take out that Emirates Cup. Put this in place of that.
Man, look.
and the Lakers gonna have to take down that banner, by the way.
Damn.
But yeah, do the Emirates Cup because that gives you enough time to do a build up, interviews in between, and then go back to the floor. But that's all I'm saying.
But it probably wouldn't be current players. It'll have to be retired players or something.
Yeah,
I think they should just make it a summertime thing,
that's
and
fine.
just go city to city, and well, I don't say city to city, but you can have players.
I mean,
why not take the wrestling approach? Why not get a belt on them, a championship belt, an intercontinental? You know,
King of the court, man.
You can get it to the women. You can get it to the queens of the courts. Like it's so. Hey, I got y'all back if y'all need somebody with a creative mind. I promise I will knock this shit out of whoever I need to talk to. This is great. It's entertainment. Again, $10. I've wasted $10 on worse. Yeah, and for me to see two of the best scorers of my generation and Mike Beasley and Joe Johnson go at it, and plus have like mini cards after before.
Yeah. That's easy, man. It's so easy. And then, like, if you do it over the summer, you can get current players to get involved too. It's like, okay, shit, Jaylen Brown, he's done big three. He'll pull up and just play.
I've been about to say mess with the big three. Y'all can work together, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, and the thing I want to add about this too, they talked about how Beasley beat LeBron, which I actually definitely think he did. And Beasley has called out Melo. So then they talked about how the MJ wasn't getting beat one-on-one when he like went back, right? And was playing. And I just thought to myself, who the fuck was MJ playing? The Bobcats? Name me a player on the Bobcats that can hold the shoes of MJ. Raymond Felton. You see his stomach? That man, you got me fucked up. Gerald Wallace.
Gerald Wallace was all right. He was all right.
Shit. MJ would have took that nigga up top with one leg. One leg, MJ would have took him up top at 47.
Disrespect my cousin Jeff McInnes like that, bro. Like, this. You can't disrespect. Don't be disrespectful, bro. That's family, bro. You get knocked out.
Okay, nah, that's that. Here you go. Here you go. I thought you said somebody else.
No, I'm kidding. No, that is family, but I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I feel you too. I feel you, bro. I claim any savage anywhere.
Exactly. Same thing.
Oh shoot! All right. Next up, Draymond Green has some comments, and I got the video as well. And it was in reference to LeBron's comments about how the game has changed from basically a middle class poor man's game to it being a rich man's game. So I'll pull up the clip from Draymond Green, and we'll see what he's talking about. Now I got to actually do extra work because I got to go to share the screen. All right. I know. It's all good. All right. Here we go.
Goddamn technology.
you use your creativity? How do you learn, like, oh man, I can do this if somebody...
Do I need to restart it? Let me go back.
Yeah.
I'll restart it. All right, here we go.
LeBron discusses how the next generation are relying more on basketball trainers instead of just playing the game. And I agree with that. I didn't learn how to do a proper individual workout till I got to college. Growing up, I'm going to hoop. Where's the nearest run? Drop me off, I'll play all day. The nuances and things you figure out about the game, it's different when somebody just putting you in a position to tell you to do this move. Like, how do you use your creativity? How do you learn, like, oh man, I can do this if somebody just say, do this? How do you know what you're about? There's a time and place for a trainer, and I think, with where the game is gone, like, you need those resources in order to be successful. I feel like basketball used to be a poor man's game. We all played it. We were poor. We had nothing, and it was our way out. Basketball is not a poor kid's game no more. Basketball is a rich kid game. Like, the days of seeing LeBron James from Akron, Ohio, from a single mom, those days are numbered. Like, they're not, because if you don't have the resources these days, like, you can't make it. I also feel like that's why, like, you don't see as great a basketball as you did before, because there's no imaginations. Everybody's doing the same thing, playing the same way. And I think a lot of that is due sometimes to having trainers. I agree with Brian to a certain extent. You do got to get out there and play, because when you get out there on that court, ain't nobody to put you in a position. You got to put yourself in the position. You got to get there. I think there needs to be a healthy balance, and I don't think that balance is near being found.
All right. So what are y'all general thoughts on what Draymond had to say about the game? I think for me, when I think about when I was growing up playing and just like who I played affected my game, and even to this day, it affects my game. So growing up in the neighborhood, we had a basketball in our cove, and it was a lot of players who were older than me, because I was always the baby of my cove. So my neighbors, it was one that was a year older than me and one that was 4 years older than me. So imagine playing against those kind of older players. They had teammates that would come to our cove, and these big, tall guys. I always remember going up against Farrakhan Hall, who played for the University of Memphis, went to White Station High School. He's a huge, tall player. And I remember like going against him and having to play, having to shoot a higher arcing shot to shoot over players. And that's still how I shoot to this day. You get some creativity and imagination with the game. So to this day, I have to shoot. I shoot far and high because that's how I had to play, and I had to do things like I had to go on the post and shoot fadeaway so I didn't get blocked by players. Because again, they're taller than me, longer than me. It's kind of how it is. But it's like, I think what Draymond is saying is that everybody's game looks the same. You were doing the same drills, the same move, but there's no creativity to the game. When you look back and like, you can even say the early 2000s era, you had a variety of different kinds of players. You had an Allen Iverson, you had a Kobe Bryant, you had a Tim Duncan, you had Vince Carter, you had Tracy McGrady, you had Shaq, you had KG, you had all these different players growing up whose games looked different. Different teams had different styles. It wasn't like every team is layups and threes. It was, you had the Grizzlies grit and grind, you had the Spurs, the system, you had you had the Lakers triangle. You had, I think who else? Minnesota was KG dominating with a random point guard at times. So you had a lot of
running.
Suns running gun, 7 seconds or less offense. So there was different styles of play. And if you look at even in the NFL is a thriving league because there's variety in the offense. Yes, it's a passing league, but you might get the Eagles one year who gonna run the ball down your throat with the quarterback and the running backs. You might get Pat Mahomes who got a deep threat in Tyreek Hill with Travis Kelce. You might get the Cowboys a couple years ago when you had dual running backs. You had Zeke, you had some other random running back, whoever it was. So you get some variety in what the game looks like. And then as a fan, you buy into that culture, example, grit and grind. So I think what they're saying is, of course, the as far as the money part of it, there is money involved in the game because AAU prices are freaking ridiculous. $90 for a weekend is insane. I'm like, I'm watching one game with my child. What happened to like the $5 get in? What am I paying for? You know what I'm saying? Like, where exactly is that money going to? Because the game of basketball, like in terms of like the actual game, has not changed. It hasn't changed that much to where I'm paying more money. Am I paying the refs more? So I should expect better referees. Am I paying the coaches? So I should expect better coaches. Like, what is my money going towards in order for y'all to say, you know what, inflation on the price of getting into the game for one game or the whole entire weekend? But yeah, the game was definitely a rich man's game. There was an article somewhere earlier that was detailing I think 75% of the lottery picks projected for this year all come from privileged backgrounds. So your dad, your parents play some level of professional basketball. It's very few and far between to get a player that's out the mud and going into the league on his own willpower, not the support of going to a private school or having a dad that played in the league. So times have changed. Like the likelihood of any of our kids making the league based on us not playing professional sports is significantly low. It was already low because of the NBA. It's only so many jobs, but even lower now that these families, these players who started families back in the day are now having high school kids now. So the game has definitely changed. What are y'all thoughts?
I when Draymond says to a certain extent, that's where I definitely agree with, because in my head, I'm thinking to develop basketball at times, you might need someone to change your shot and mechanics just a little bit. You might need someone to help you with dribbling and ball handling just a little bit. And I'm thinking about like my practices. Like I'm not going to run the entire practice based upon a system. We're gonna get some shots up. We're gonna run, condition. But then I want you to play 5-on-5. I want to see how the spacing goes. I might run a drill for about 4 to 5 minutes, but for the next 30 minutes, I want to see what I just did in that drill. How does that work in a 5-on-5 with a scrimmaging? And so I completely agree. You lose the dog mentality. Like when you go to pick up games, like I didn't have a coach. But you know, if I went to the park or if I used to go play at Ohio State, me and the homies would play at Ohio State in the cages, and like you won that game one cage, you went to another set of cages. But if you lost, then you went to another set of cages. Like you've played more of a king of the court. It took the chemistry that you have with your team. It took the pride, and a lot of other things and egos aside to win and to be a team. And we've lost that because you're now looking at one person training another person one-on-one, to the point that you made earlier, Savage. You don't get to shoot over some guy that's overextended with his arms to change your shot. There might be a little thing up there that looks like that, he's standing like that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But it's something different when it's in real time, when you're tired, when you almost falling and slipping because you just got done playing defense and you're tired. It's just a lot of different nuances. And the best way to get ready to play basketball is to actually play basketball. And those little dead drills where you're not doing much up until that aren't as helpful as game speed. When you're doing stuff at game speed, on and on and on, that is what makes players better. And I do agree with Draymond on this level.
So, of course, y'all gentlemen know, and Savage, of course, you know, because you played before with me. But, of course, I'm on the shorter side, so I've never had the privilege of playing, you know, middle school or high school basketball. But my true love for the game came from, you know, playing, you know, in the neighborhood, pickup games, you know, the MAM leagues, the MAM churches, just anywhere there was a hoop, you can probably find me in the city of Memphis. I didn't care where the hell it was. And it came with me developing who I was as a person, or who I am as a person today. You know, it was a joke on I think it was on TikTok I saw of a guy saying you can tell a guy's personality by the way he plays basketball. I say all that to say that in today's game, it looks like they're going to work. You know what I'm saying? When we were like, again, Savage, you brought up a lot of good points, but one of the things that you forgot to mention was and1 basketball, which was very key in creating that foundation for us youngsters to love the game. Of course, and1 basketball came in the early 2000s, but then again, that in my opinion, that's where the most creativeness of basketball started, and it took over into the NBA. You had a couple players, Skip to my lose, and I think a couple other players to actually make it to the NBA. You got players like Kyrie Irving, who you can tell probably didn't spend too much training, but he was in them streets learning what he needed to do. And of course, his dad plays, so that helped. But he don't look like he's just going to work. It looked like he's going to have fun. Again, I say all that to say I don't see too many players having fun. I mean, it's a lot of money to be made in the NBA because, again, I'm calling it the International National Basketball Association. And here we are now with asking, is this a rich man's game? The fun is being taken out of it. Of course, the player who looks like on the court they're having the most fun is probably Jokic. and he don't care about this shit at all. Again, and Jeff T, shout out to him and their podcast. They brought it up perfectly. When was the last time we had an MVP in the NBA that actually cared about it, that actually loved it, especially one that looked like me? So, is this a rich man's game? I don't know. You know, maybe not. But I know for y'all to say what 75% of the players either come from backgrounds of former players, we got to go against them. We got to go against the international players, and we still got to go against the people that's surrounding us that we still trying to get in contract with. And the best way for, again, Sheedy, help me out with this one, of course, because you're gonna want Ayton. Hopefully, he's continue to play basketball. Situation. How would Ayton in today's game, if Ayton was a high school player, he was a junior, what steps, if you could snap your fingers and say, boom, 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 this is what I want Ayton to do to be able to make the NBA, what would you say?
The first thing is networking and with coaches in college to get his tape out there.
Which colleges?
I'm shooting for the stars, man. I'm going D1, but I'm what's that? You cast a net for everybody. I'm throwing it to everybody I can to see where, because if it's not D1, D2, JUCO, I'll go HBCU. I don't really care if it gives him an opportunity. Look where Alex Caruso, he was in the G League, and now he's a prominent player in the finals right now. Same thing with Pascal Siakam, G Leaguer, and now that. So I'm not putting a limitation, if that's the question, so to speak.
Do you think it? And I'll help you out because I know it's a loaded question, but do you think it'll be more beneficial for Ayton to go to a Duke or Murray State? Because again, Ja Morant went second round because he was a standout versus Duke, who you already gonna look at. And again, Duke's rich man school, all the D1's rich man schools.
Yeah, Duke had 3 lottery picks.
I'm about to say Duke will put them in the league.
They got 3 of them.
Duke will put them in the league. Murray State is where he'll cut his teeth, though.
Yeah,
like Duke
campaign, all them.
Yeah. To Savage's point, Duke has got 3 lottery players. Now, how will those lottery players pan out?
True,
is another thing.
True.
So you can go to Duke, be okay, and then get into the league, and then that's it. Whereas John from Murray State cut his teeth at Murray State. Steph Curry cut his teeth at Davidson, right? And they're still pivotal players in the league now. And so it's all about work ethic too. You ain't just there just because. So I will take Duke to get him in the league, to be honest, because you'll get more cameras, more people are going to look at a person that's coming from those blue blood type of schools compared to a Murray State, unfortunately.
And last question. How much would AAU basketball would have played a part in it? Or would you have liked to play a part in that?
I'm not going to force them to do AAU. Because the skill set of AAU keeps declining. It's ISO basketball at all times. And so I'm not for it, especially being a coach. I'm not for it. And what can I do with him over the summer? He can do whatever the hell he want to do. As long as we stay in his shape, we good. If that means I'm dropping him off to go to some runs, hey, come on, son, we're going to some runs, whatever. But I'm not paying all that money for AAU to be traveling to go all these places to play. These kids get to play on one team and then transfer to another team because they just got beat. No, what are we doing?
Shit crazy, bro.
No,
like niggas don't know how to lose.
Yeah, no,
no,
yeah. So he don't got to play AAU. We might do 1 year so he can see what it's like. Yeah. But I'm paying thousands of dollars for what?
For what, bro?
No, we can do this in high school, and we will.
Yep.
And I appreciate you saying it, and definitely we keep on. I'm sorry, y'all. This is a good topic, but again, the heart. You know what I'm saying? I think as long as Ayton keep that heart to love the game instead of it not feeling like, hey, I'm going to work.
That's
I
think
I think that's what I work in basketball. And I think whoever creates that next basketball association, Bron, whatever, just keep the heart in it, bro. Because again, everybody, we damn near looking at the same players doing the same thing on the court. Yep. You know, when the Warriors came out and won the championship 10 years ago, everybody started shooting the threes because they thought that they can be the next Warriors. No, and I'm happy that players like teams like the Thunder and the Warriors, not Thunder, Thunder and the Pacers are in the championship because they play differently.
Yep.
But the Pacers look they having fun.
Yeah.
That's what I couldn't put my finger on when I was like, why the Pacers in the finals? They coach it right and they having fun.
Yeah. You know, a big thing that we probably didn't mention in terms of like today's kids is that some of these kids don't know how to be social with each other, and having those random 5-on-5 pickup, not like organized, where you gotta shoot to get your team.
Shoot to get your team.
You gotta shoot to get your team to where you don't get to just say, "Oh, I'm picking up the players that I know." It's like, nah, I might get picked first somewhere against your team too. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got chemistry, but if I go to somebody else's team, like, man, I ain't get to my point guard, so I got to figure out how this person plays after a series of games. We might lose 2-3 games before we can figure out, okay, he'd like to shoot from the right wing. Let me set a screen for him and free him up so that he can shoot an uncontested shot. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn this stuff. But it also consists of communication. You got to communicate with your players while you're there. You can't just say, "Oh, I know him from class." It's like, nah, when you do a pickup game, you learn, like you said, you learn about the players based on how they play. And that kind of gives you the opportunity to be social. Because a lot of these players, they come in, they're doing individual workouts. You're not social with anybody but your coach, your one-on-one coach. And then, of course, you playing on teams with random players, for EYBL or whatever. But those players you're not going to see consistently enough to establish those relationships, over the course of however much. So those players get to the league and don't know how to communicate with other players at all when you got to have a real team at that time, so and especially with kids now, they don't know how to talk.
No.
They don't know how to talk at all. They want to be on, social media and talk that way, not actually face-to-face in person to deal with conflict resolution. They don't want to do that. That's why you get like fights and stuff.
And to add on what you said too, Saturday, I don't know, we're taking up a lot of time about this topic, but it's a good topic. I love it. Even like what you said, like, okay, so you and Took together, right? Y'all together, y'all bring y'all's 5 right to the court or what have you. But even when, let's say, y'all lost or whatever, and y'all separate, and now y'all on 2 different teams, that in itself, now you got to guard 2, and let's just say y'all guard each other, right? That creates a whole nother competitiveness that you weren't even ready to do when y'all first got to the park. Because at first it was like, oh, we together, we
playing your boy.
Yeah, but now we go mano a mano because on the way back, I'm talking my shit. Oh, yeah, you remember I dropped you off right there? Yeah. But again, to Savage's point though, too, this is kids they don't do nothing but this.
Yep. Literally, bro. Literally.
On the phone.
Literally, man. Like, if you a young point guard in any capacity, on any level, I need you talking the whole time.
Yes.
I need my point guard talking. I need my center talking, who sees the defense from the back end. You got to talk. You got to communicate. Even if you don't know him, you got to communicate. Like, that's a required. Draymond Green is a great example of that. He a crazy ass dude, but that's one of the best communicators on defense the game's ever seen. Bro. One of the best we've ever seen. So you got to communicate. But yeah, it's a rich man's game now, and I got a boy who's gonna probably play basketball. I got a girl who, well, I ain't gonna lie, Zena, she kind of want to do tennis now because she watched Coco. Okay. so I don't know what we're gonna do with her. But I'm assuming my boy will play basketball because I feel like he goes.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm a father of a daughter that played tennis and I see she going against a Zena Savage, nigga, I'm like,
look, she got the name for it, bro. I ain't
gonna lie.
Yes, the name. The name, I'm crumbling. I'm crumbling at the name. Ooh,
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, is this a stage name?
What's her real name?
Her name is actually Zena. Okay, shit.
No boy. All
right, man. Let's get to the actual NBA Finals. Before we get into the actual games, though, so the league has been feeling pressure from social media about what is going on with the presentation of the NBA Finals. So in years past, we grew up seeing, the big trophy in the middle of the court. And sometimes not even that. We'll see the NBA Finals at the hash a little bit on the NBA court as well, to kind of let us know when we look back in history at pictures of like MJ, Kobe, LeBron, whoever that picture is from the NBA Finals. That's what we see. So in recent years, we haven't seen the logos on the court in any capacity at all. They're on the stanchion, they're on the little sideline advertisements, but they're not on the actual court. And Adam Silver came out and said that that was because of player safety, which I don't understand that, because the freaking Emirates Cup got all types of shit on the damn court. So why are we elevating the Emirates Cup to this degree, the mid-season championship that nobody care about? I think, did Milwaukee win this year? They beat Oklahoma City. Yeah. Nobody care about this shit.
Damn, they did.
But you won't put any type of presentation on the floor for the NBA Finals. So with the NBA Finals being on YouTube TV, I see that everywhere on damn court. YouTube TV is everywhere, and I ain't got YouTube TV So,
hell no.
But YouTube TV is the big advertisement for the NBA Finals. And game 1, there was nothing at all to show that it was an NBA Final. Game 2 came out because I was a part of the contributing people on social media, like, hey, what is this shit that's on the court right now? So instead of actually putting something on the actual court, the NBA decided that we're gonna put a fake ass clip art on this court. So I'm gonna pull up real quick so that y'all can see.
Because I didn't get a chance to watch game 2, so this is gonna be
you missed nothing. You missed nothing. That game was blowout. So here we go. On the court, they put these little trophies digitally at the hash. So as you can see, it's not the big actual logo on the court. It's not the NBA Finals font on the court. It's a clip art of the Larry O'Brien trophy at the hash. And you can tell that looks fake. Obviously, it looks like PS2 graphics. Took, you are shocked.
Yeah, I'll take this, bro. The NBA as a whole is dropping the ball as far as the finals go. For one, if I know that my ratings are down, I'm gonna look at this as the past year to look as an opportunity to figure out what the hell is going on. And apparently these numbers are worse than last year's, believe it or not. In last year's finals, I honestly forgot who was in it.
Boston, Dallas, I think.
Boston, Dallas. And it was cool, but again, the numbers were low. And now these numbers are way lower. It's because you got 2 cities that people really don't care about, respectfully. Like if you go to Indiana, if you go and Jeff Tigan that probably said this, if you go downtown Indiana, that's probably the only place where you see some kind of celebration of being in the finals. I'm pretty sure it's the same case for OKC. The reason people wanted New York to be in the finals, not only because they had a good team, but because they're fun to watch on and off the court. The fans are crazy. The fans will be carrying the NBA right now. But when it comes to the court, and I'm looking at this visual piece of shit,
crazy, bro.
It makes people that grew up and loving the game figure out, wait, do the NBA really like their product? Like, this is the NBA Finals. This is the last time we're going to see the NBA for the next 3-4 months, and this is the product you putting out here. No wonder the ratings are so low. You can't say you can't afford it because, again, you got all the designs for the interim cup, whatever this shit called. That looks better than what I'm looking at right now. At least they put some kind of focus on that. It looked like they said, all right, this is the end of the year. Let's just get this shit over with so we can go to the summer. That's what I'm looking at. And they got the right teams to do it because it's going to be over quick.
I'm trying to find the picture that I put on social media of how the Emirates Cup look. But y'all go ahead.
Why am I not seeing a trophy in the middle of the OKC logo, bro? At least do that.
That's all they need to do. That's literally all we're asking them to do is to put that there on OKC and in Indiana as well. And I'm confused as you got these little this is like I'm watching NFL with going 10 yards. So we're the first down marker at.
That's the equivalent of that, huh?
It is. It is definitely my fault. I know Sarah's about to switch screen to show.
Now that's ridiculous, bro.
It's ugly, bro.
Like, you can't say that people were tripping and sliding and stuff because they were playing like it with the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s. They weren't slipping in. Yeah, we got way better technology. That's a terrible excuse.
Yeah, and you also do it. I think I had that stuff on the Emirates Cup, like y'all said. So
this is the Emirates Cup. You see the trophies in the middle of the court, bro. The trophy, the lights.
The trophy ain't even got to be. It looked like I'm watching a movie now.
It's crazy, bro. It's night and day, bro. It's night and day difference, bro. Night and day. You got the NBA Cup in the middle. You got the actual logo in the middle. On the sideline, you see NBA Cup championship. Of course, the court itself is like all doctored up. Even the paint is in the design of the NBA Cup trophy. The lights are dark in the arena. The blue light it has ambiance. It has ambiance, bro. Mm-hmm. This is the mid-season championship that I don't remember who won last year. But the NBA Finals look like a damn regular season game on a Tuesday in Oklahoma City. That's a problem, Adam Silver. That's a problem. It shouldn't feel like that. It should not feel like that, bro.
What happened to am I tripping? But what happened to there being finals games on Father's Day?
Yep. Jordan had a game. Yep. Jordan had the game.
Jordan, Shaq.
Yep.
Like I'm looking at the game. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to watch the game on Sunday. Like Father's Day, that's perfect.
Nope.
The hell?
Nope. On top of that, y'all, I don't know if y'all realize they had NBA games during the NBA Finals. What are we doing? Like, there should be a collaboration. Why are there WNBA games during the NBA finals? What are we doing? This shit's so dumb to me for both leagues. Like, what are y'all doing? Work together.
Nope.
It makes 0 sense, bro.
Adam Silver's NBA, bro. It's
the only thing that they got right was I think Netflix. I think the starting 5 on Netflix.
Yeah, that's gonna be gold. But again,
2 years
the logos on court ain't gonna be there. So I like a regular season game when they show the highlights.
Yeah. I would just say that 2 years in a row they've had one of both teams, if not at least the winner.
Yeah,
is coming from starting 5.
Yep.
2 years in a row. So that's really dope for them to choose that. But I don't know can they do something like how the NFL does a Hard Knocks and try to spice this up for the NBA? I don't know.
They do need a Hard Knocks, something like during the season you can follow a team. Cause I want to learn about these players beyond just social media, obviously.
Yeah, something, man. Because to Tuke's point, it's a blessing that we're actually seeing these small market teams. But how do you build up that small market team even more going into it to make people more thrilled about seeing these? Yeah.
Do they even do the starting 5 anymore? Like during the introductions? Like we don't even get that anymore. We just know like, oh, this Tyrese Halliburton from Iowa State. He's from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Like I get to know. Okay, I learned more about the theatrics of the finals. It's kind of like they cut the game on. It's Stephen A. Smith and Kurt talking about some random shit. Like I don't care.
And here's the jump ball.
Out of nowhere, right? Doris Burke and RJ talking. Like, I don't care about this. Where's the pregame video? The crowd getting into it.
Turn the lights off on that motherfucker.
Yeah, man. Like, well, where is that? Like, I know because I used to be a Laker fan. They had the big Larry O'Brien beside the bench. You come around like that. It provides theater for us to actually get excited about it. We're not like I've watched the game because I'm a basketball head, but it has not been theatrically exciting in terms of like the lead up to the game. Game 1 was exciting eventually because of the game how it ended, but like as far as the presentation, it's been shitty. It's been bad, man.
Yep.
I want to bring up the topic that we I kind of discussed earlier, and it's like, do it matter that we kind of again don't know who we watching? Like, does it matter that they're at this point? I mean, they're growing superstars. But is it the fact that there are legit no superstars? And I can't remember the last time there wasn't a superstar in the NBA Finals. So, I mean, of course, if ratings are low and then we don't know who the hell we're watching, I mean, what y'all think about that?
So basically, you're saying, are these players boring? Is what you're asking, I guess. Because like it's like
in a way, I'm asking, but it's like again, we just don't know who we like. Imagine if the LeBron Cavs was on the Pacers and the Warriors were the Thunder, and they were in OKC versus Indiana, same team, same whatever. Will we watch this NBA Finals? Like again, same team, like LeBron on the Pacers, Kyrie on the Pacers, blah blah blah, Steph and KD on the Warriors. I mean on the Thunder. Like superstar players, we're watching superstar players. It's just boring ass cities. I think that's a lot better than watching boring ass cities and boring ass players.
I mean, the math is mathing for that, yeah.
I'm just saying.
I hear what you're saying, and it's not even really a rebuttal. It's that we've been trying to not see that light at the end of the tunnel of what NBA will look like when KD is gone, when LeBron is gone, when Steph is gone. And we're starting to see more and more of these are the next crop of players that we have. And not to take anything away from what you said too, but to be honest, these guys are playing some really damn good basketball. The reason why we're not watching is because of the star power behind it is crazy, because that's really what it is.
Okay.
However, if you were to really sit back and just watch the game and you really love the game of basketball, there's no reason for the ratings to be down, because whether you're looking at the Pacers, who are really up and down, but they play team basketball. Like people love to see that. You should if you love basketball. SGA and his ability to score, he's the youngest player to score over 70 points in his first 2 finals games, or has the most points in his first 2 finals games. He is putting the ball on the court and getting to the mid range. The thing that we all thought was gone is still here and intact. But it's boring basketball, right? To other people. But if LeBron was doing this, the ratings would be through the roof. if it was the Warriors and Cavs, ratings would be through the roof. Well, I mean, Cavs when they had LeBron, the ratings would be different. But this is the light. We're here now, and we have to embrace it. And I think once we embrace it, and we'll see, let me say this. I'm gonna put it to you like this, and we talk about a series. Were you watching wrestling because of The Rock and Stone Cold, or were you watching wrestling because it entertains you? This is the NBA version of that. Were you watching the NBA because of Steph Curry and LeBron, or were you watching the NBA because you love basketball?
I'll say this. I watched the Indiana Fever because of Caitlin Clark. I haven't watched the game since she's been hurt. I've been checking in. Like I'll check in, but I ain't. Look, I'm here for Caitlin Clark. to be honest.
Right.
Honestly, I've watched more other teams than the Fever because I'm watching the Lynx and the Aces, but I'm like,
oh, don't bring them up. I don't know what happened the other day.
Don't say, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
I appreciate what you said, and like I've watched game one for sure. I didn't get a chance to watch game two because I was working, but
you ain't missing nothing.
I think when the person that you speak of, we're having a hard time adjusting to the fact of not watching the NBA finals, of which the players that we not only grew up to, but we love watching. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't know an SGA to love him enough. And I say this all respectfully, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because I love SGA. Y'all know me, I'm a big SGA fan. But I'm speaking on behalf of the average fan who's like still,
right.
I know Pascal from being the other guy in the NBA finals. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Tyrese Halliburton, I know him as, the cool ass point guard who ain't getting no playing time on Team USA. So it's again, I'm watching all these players and I'm like, I don't know them. So it's like, I'm just here enjoying the basketball, as you said, but with us not seeing our favorites, not be here, not giving it sucks for us. It sucks for all. We're hoping that they can get there one day again to help with this, because if we're gonna bring in the wrestling aspect, perfect example. It's like watching two youngins in WrestleMania main event 2. We know them, but we don't really know them. Rather than have a top guy and a mid-tier who could be it go at it, that makes for a better situation.
Basically,
we're watching two mid cards. Like,
basically, what's happening though, if you're gonna take back to wrestling, is the WWE did, to some extent, did a good job of building up Daniel Bryan. I don't know if you remember Daniel, like the peak of Daniel Bryan. The fans made obnoxious to where the point they wanted Daniel Bryan.
Right.
A
real right.
And of course, I mean, wrestling's a little bit different from NBA. You can't force somebody to give the championship to the Pacers or Oklahoma City. But the thing is that once it's known that this is like the guy, like you have to elevate the guy's like stature. So they put him in matches against like top tier opponents who are like bigger than him, because he's a small guy, but he can wrestle his ass off. So if you're the NBA, going back to, I guess, the main point is, if you know you got two underdogs in terms of like the team, the organization itself, you have to present them as if they're like this great story. You can't just cut the game on and say, all right, we're giving y'all team yellow and team blue. Hopefully y'all like them. I don't know if y'all gonna like them, but at least sell me on these players. Tell me the story of SGA during the game, like not during the game, but like leading up to the game. Build. You got to, like, it's like a WrestleMania build. You got to build the actual match. You can't just have it. All right, y'all, we're gonna have Rock versus Roman Reigns with no build. I mean, it might sell itself because of who it is, but the flip side, let's say it's Jey Uso versus Gunther. It's like, I mean, it's cool, but I don't know who Gunther is. I don't know who Jey Uso is. You got to tell me so that I can get some buy-in. So what happens? Jey Uso's story gets built over the course of 4, 5, 6 years from the Bloodline situation from the Thunderdome, and people love Jey Uso because they built the story of him. He's known as a tag team champion with Jimmy, but people were begging to put the strap on Jey Uso because of the build up of what the NBA did. So the NBA has done a poor job of building both of these teams.
I was just about to ask you about
both of these teams, because I mean we've seen them play actual basketball. Like we watch basketball, so we've seen it being built. But for the average fan, it's like we'll watch it. Like we're gonna watch it because I mean we got a podcast, we got sports podcast. That's what we do. But if you're talking about getting my wife to watch it, she's like, I don't know. I watch Steph Curry. She loves Steph Curry. She watched the Warriors play basketball, but she don't know who the hell Tyrese Halliburton is from Halibut. Like she don't know. She don't know what this is. She don't know.
She probably know the song. What the hell he more than Halliburton?
Yeah, she knows that more than Halliburton himself. She asked me about the song. Like that comes from a player in the NBA. She's like, who? Tyrese Halliburton, random light-skinned dude from Wisconsin. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the NBA got to do a better job of building the product. You have to, and I'm wondering if NBC would do a better job of that because they're getting a lot of the task of it. And that's part of the beginnings of the popular era in terms of like presentation for, in the 90s with Jordan and, moving into the 2000s with Lakers and, Spurs. So Sharky actually mentioned Spurs. He said the Spurs, we watched the Spurs be born with win 4 of them while they were born. I mean, maybe it's just me. I mean, people were bored because of Tim Duncan, but the games were always good with the Spurs.
And they went against good players and good teams.
Lakers was always a problem. Lakers,
they went against the Heat. Like they were still going against entertaining teams.
Yeah. And also to Sharky, he mentioned that where was it? Presentation has been this way every final since COVID. But if you look at the actual teams that were in the finals, it was like it kind of sold itself, kind of like the Roman Reigns Rock comparison. So like after the bubble final, it was Bucks versus Suns. So you got Giannis. Giannis is a big star in the NBA. The Suns not as big a star, but Chris Paul was there. So it's like Chris Paul's first opportunity to win a championship. Next up was Golden State Warriors. That's alone, it's gonna sell itself. Warriors versus Boston Celtics is people gonna watch it regardless. Nuggets in Miami. I mean, that wasn't as popular, if I remember correctly. It was Jokic was cool, but the Miami,
buildup was how Miami got there.
Right. The AFC to championship. So it kind of built itself up, along with it being heat coat like Miami is what it is. And then last year, again, Boston gonna sell itself. And then Luka Doncic, so it's like, oh, Luka, Kyrie, can Kyrie get one without LeBron, so on and so forth. And this year, you kind of got a unicorn where it's like Oklahoma City, SGA, like it's cool, but whatever. And then you get the Pacers, who was a bunch of random guys comprised together. It's cool, but it's been no selling of it to the people of the NBA. So I guess maybe the games will get better. We kind of get into that right now. Game 1 was, for the most part, dominated by Oklahoma City until Indiana did what Indiana does, fight to come back. And they came back. Halliburton hit another game-winning shot.
Seller.
Hit another game-winning shot and ended up winning game 1. In my opinion, in order for Indiana to have a significantly better chance of winning the series, they should have won game 2. They did not. Oklahoma City handled business handedly and whooped on the Pacers, and now we are tied at 1-1 going into game 3 tomorrow night in Indiana. Gentlemen, what do you expect for the rest of the series? I expect the series to come back to Oklahoma City at minimum 2-2. And if it's not 2-2, it might be 3-1 Oklahoma City, because I feel like Oklahoma City has dominated this whole series. The Pacers came back because of the voodoo magic of Tyrese Halliburton. And it's like, all right, that's out the way now. Now let's play basketball. When they playing straight up basketball, Oklahoma City just dominated. It's defensively, like, first of all, game 1, why the hell Casey Wallace starting? Like, that made zero sense. When I saw the lineup, I said, what are we doing? Dude, what got you there? Like, you are the best team in the NBA. Why would I change? Like, I'm making you, change your mind based on what I do. Like, you supposed to change to what I do. If I'm starting iHeart and I'm starting Chet, you're going to start Miles Turner and Pascal or Thomas Bryant or whoever you're going to start. Like, if y'all start running with us, to your point, Sheedy, we can make a second half adjustment. I'm the best in the game and making second half adjustments is what I do. And so for them to basically give Indiana a game, because Casey Wallace plus minus was like minus 13. He can't guard Pascal Siakam. Siakam is a bucket. He gonna whoop your, and he did whoop your ass. And so we come back game 2. Okay, let's get back to what we did. And of course, you win, you dominate. I did not understand it. Y'all could have been done in 4 games if you just won game 2. Because Indiana is not a better team than Oklahoma. I mean, we can see that. We can see that, obviously. Halliburton was a non-factor in game 2. He just didn't want to do anything. And you left with Siakam having to do the offensive, hold the offensive weight, along with Obi Toppin, hopefully making some shots. Thomas Bryant, Miles Turner as well, too. But as far as how I feel, I mean, this could be 3-1 going back to Oklahoma City. They could finish it out in 5 games if they wanted to. If they want to.
Is it still 2-2, 1-2-1, or how?
Yeah, 2-2, 1-1-1.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 1-1-1. Yeah. Okay.
Look, I didn't even realize he started game too because I feel like he didn't play that much.
Game too.
I feel like I ain't even realized it, honestly. But the point being is like Casey Wallace can't be playing a majority of the damn minutes against Siakam. He can play in a different role, but starting it off, it was like, what? Why would you do that? I just did not understand it. I still don't understand that. If you starting, I still don't understand that, to be honest.
No. I don't even know how to tackle this now that you said all that. Especially the case in Wallace. What I will say is that the Thunder took a play out of Madden, and they started implementing the quarterback spot. Y'all remember when Michael Vick started dominating Madden? You had to put a quarterback spot with the linebacker to make sure if he go out there, yeah, you might need him on both ends. And so that's kind of what the Thunder have done. And when I say that, it's because offensively speaking, whoever is back the farthest is now going back to play defense immediately, which is exactly what needs to happen when you're playing the Pacers because they're so fast and up tempo that you have to have one back to look at that. This is some of the basic basketball, but it's just honest goodness truth. Same thing on the defensive side. Once the ball goes up in the air, you contest, but you contest and go. You try to get an easy shot. I saw Alex Caruso leaking out because he's contesting the ball at the 3-point line, but he's damn near at half court by the time he's ready for the rebound. And so that type of thing needs to keep occurring. What I saw a lot of too with the Thunder, honestly, was the point that Sharky made was that Hartenstein and Holmgren weren't in always at the same time. They played more of a staggered times as well, which I enjoyed, but I didn't like when Chet Holmgren would be on a fast break and he did like an L cut. No, you put your ass right there in that paint and you demand that ball immediately. Don't just go to an L cut and go right out to the 3-point line for the shot. But that's the basketball. That's the training that we were talking about earlier in the show because that's what they learn to do. They learn to go do these stupid ass L cuts. Whereas, again, back to what I was saying earlier, Shaq during those times, he ain't gonna make no goddamn L cut.
No.
Shaq gonna run his ass right to the rim and wait. I got 3 seconds. Give me the ball in 2 seconds so I can score immediately. So you have that going on. And I will also say Wiggins, huge game 2. Wiggins was the Neesmith of the Pacers did against the Knicks. Wiggins was that for game 2. And to think that SGA actually scored less points in game 2 and they won handily is crazy to say, but he was way more efficient with the way he scored. They were taking that pick and roll way up higher. I think the average like 30, 32 feet from the rim, which makes your defense a lot more difficult to cover after you go through that. If the Pacers have any chance of winning, by the way, of winning the series, you need to blitz SGA and hold that double right where it's at. Because eventually he's going to go between his legs. He's going to go do something fancy or try to do something fancy. Stick tight with that double right there and then make him uncomfortable right there in that moment. And y'all have enough of the guards. But at the end of the day, I got Thunder in 5 because the reverse of that is if Halliburton gets blitzed, it's a turnover immediately. And when Halliburton is like out of the game, so are all the Indiana Pacers. If Halliburton is locked in, all of them are locked in. But when Halliburton is having an off game, I do not see an off game of Halliburton will translate into a lot of losses for the Pacers. But nothing more important than right now. They need to win 3, and they're not going to win 3 before the Thunder win 3.
I think the only game that the Pacers may win will have to involve Halliburton having at least 25 points. And do I see him getting 20 points, period, in this series? The way what I've been looking at now.
They got Dort on him, right? Lou Dort?
Lou Dort.
That ain't happening. That nigga big.
And when you switch off, you got either SGA or Jalen Williams. He can poison. With that being said, of course, I hope y'all listened to the last pod where we gave our like predictions on like X factors and stuff because the game that Obi Toppin went off, that's the one they won, and I told y'all he was going to be an X factor. And I think that because that they made that switch to bring Alhart off the bench to be able to contain not just Obi Toppin, but again, I told y'all the Pacers lack size off the bench. So it's like I can see that switch, but I don't see why Cason Wallace was a player that you put in the starting role. You know, why not Caruso? Why not Wiggins? You know what I'm saying? So again, I think Mark D kind of got in his way, but the greatness of SGA, who I told you I was going to average 35 points a game this series. He had 36 right now. Do I expect it to continue? Absolutely. Like, come on, dog. So you talk about, I ain't gonna call him a Daniel Bryan, but you talk about the player the NBA is about to push. SGA, I'm happy that it's about to be him. Of course, I said all I said about the superstars, but I would love to say what SGA.
I'm sorry. I just saw that SGA is currently 40, 50, 90.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's a great player to push. He's the best guard in the NBA. I told y'all coming into the season, he's the best guard in the NBA, and the fact that he's solidifying this is a great push for the NBA. It's for sure. So it's like, what are you gonna build? What is SGA gonna continue to do? Because again, I think he got, rest in peace, respectfully, some Kobe dog into him. You know what I'm saying? He's literally the best guard, 6'6", offensively and defensively. That's again somebody that you can build around, and kids should be able to watch and be like, if I want to be the best, if Paul George is the reason why he's a favorite because he's able to lock in on offense and defense, SGA plays quote unquote point guard, and he's leading his team the right way. He's been doing it for years. You know, we called it lame because they bit off Memphis, but at the same time, they doing what they're supposed to do. They create excitement. And again, I got the Thunder in 5. Yeah, I want to say, because I do think the Pacers can get one. The fact that it was still somewhat.
It gotta be perfect, man. The one they got was a game winner. It's like we said last time, 99.9% perfect.
Hey, 99%. It was. That's it. So it's possible. Again, anything's possible. Anything's possible. But I definitely got the Thunder winning regardless, and of course, SGA getting a push of being the next superstar in the league.
Well, I have a question for everybody. Will your thoughts of the series change if the Thunder lose Game 3 to the Pacers in Indianapolis?
No, because they can win Game 4.
Yeah.
I
think with Halliburton, because you kind of need to push him as well. And again, you can't be having WWE t-shirts and can't even get 20 points in the finals game. I think he can get one. Or
not even that, but 6 assists a game, bro. Like you Halliburton.
Yeah, 6 assists. Like he got 10. Over there. Yeah.
I need 10, bro. Like what you doing?
So I mean, is it a bad offense on the Pacers or great defense by the Thunder?
The Pacers need to give both. Both could be true.
Both could be true.
Pacers need to give Pascal Siakam that ball again on that right wing and clear out. That's their best offense.
If anything, they should run their offense like literally through Siakam in terms of like him being the epicenter of the offense. Like Tyrese clearly can't do nothing this series because of the wing defenders. So if they gonna start casing Wallace, okay, we're gonna either do high block, low block, feeding the ball, and depending on where the gravity goes, if I'm getting double teamed, if Chet comes down, I get Miles Turner in the corner, I get Thomas Bryant in the corner, knock down your shots. Or Tyrese, you can shoot too. Tyrese, you can knock down a shot, swing to him, and just swing, get open. I'm letting I'm letting Siakam be Jokic, basically.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna have to run the offense like kind of like a Draymond, to be honest. You can have, I mean, not like Draymond not gonna score, but you're gonna have to have the scoring option available as well if they put in Cason Wallace on you. And the Spicy P, I should expect you to get 25 points on Cason Wallace. I know he's a good defender, but he's smaller than you, bro. Like you should be able to go to work all day long. Double team comes, all right, everybody else contribute because it can't just be me doing this for the Pacers. Halliburton averaging 14 points a game, 16, something that's not good enough. 6 assists, like no.
15.
I can't. Matter of fact, what's everybody scoring for the Pacers? I know they had a lot of double digits that first game. I think it was like 6-7 players in double digits. Yeah. But
Obi Toppin came to earth on the second game too. But he'll have it.
Yeah, like Siakam, you had 15 points, bro. 11 shots. It's the NBA Finals, man. It's the NBA Finals, bro. Neesmith had 12 shots, 14 points. Miles Turner had 12 shots, 16. Nembhard had 11. Halliburton had 17. Then they had not crunch time. They had garbage time minutes for everybody else. Mathurin came in. That's another thing. Mathurin, you got to give us something, bro. Like when the game matters, bro. Like they're talking about trading you in the offseason because you just don't fit.
But you ain't gonna win shit if Caruso got 20.
Exactly, bro.
Clean 20 too.
And I think at one point, what's it, game 1 or game 2? I think McConnell was leading the team in
McConnell.
scoring. I'm like, McConnell cannot be leading my team in scoring. He cannot be the most aggressive person on offense. I'm sorry. Shout out to him, but he cannot be the main guy in a half of basketball. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, bro. They got to come with it. And it's
not that he being aggressive. He taking good shots. He just efficient with it.
He efficient with it, yeah. He efficient with it. And then for the other side, J-Dub having a good series. Well, good enough, I should say. Not good, but good enough series. Chet came alive a little bit, but then he kind of tapered off in that second half. He had like 9-10 points in the first half. Then he kind of tapered off. But Caruso coming in with, if I'm getting 20 points from Alex Caruso, 20.
Alex.
I'll take it all day long. That's easy money to win a game. Caruso had 20. I think who was the other guy off the bench? Was it Wiggins?
Wiggins had what, 16?
18.
18.
If I'm getting 40 from 2 bench players,
that's a wrap.
Ain't nothing you can do. It ain't nothing you can do, bro.
That's a third of the Pacers' points, right there.
That's what I'm saying, man. So yeah, it's looking like, unless something changes, like we said, the Pacers got to be 99.9% perfect in order to and they had to fight to get that 99.9 in game 1. They had to fight for that. So it ain't looking good. I'm expecting them to come back 3-1, to be honest. Like the Thunder, because I think the Thunder's just a better team. You can see that very clearly.
Pacers are gonna get their best shot in that first quarter of game 3. And I think they're going to give so much their best shot in the beginning that a whole fourth quarter magic that they have at times, that ain't going to happen at all.
I'm going to tell y'all this. If Scott Foster is repping game 3, everybody bet 20 points from Halliburton and bet on the Pacers.
Or game 4.
On that announcement. I'm waiting on the referee.
Game 3 or game 4.
What's Scott Foster doing? What's up with him?
So Scott Foster is the NBA's poster child as far as like making sure this shit get extended. It's been the numbers are there, the games are there. It's been proven that Scott Foster is the one that, I don't know how, but he controlled this shit like a puppet master. And again, the Pacers are winning game 3, and it's always game 3. So I'm telling y'all, everybody listening, if y'all see Scott Foster officiating, that Tyler, this gonna be the game Halliburton get his 20, and this is gonna be the game the Pacers win. I'm telling y'all now.
Okay.
I'm telling y'all.
So I'm trying to see when Scott Foster gonna be up in there, because I see the game 2-1, but
that's
Scott
I think
Foster,
they're waiting until like a couple hours before the game, something like that, or maybe
okay. They're gonna wait till it's like, okay, we need somebody to step in. All right, man. The Thunder up 2-1. Let's make sure we get to game 6. Go ahead and let them win game 4. You know. Make it interesting for everybody involved. So okay, well, I'll be on the lookout for them, man. Before we get up out of here, they opened up Raising Cane's in Memphis. Well, not Memphis, South Haven, which is it's in the Mid-South. Sheedy and his wife are saying that Raising Cane's is I don't know what she said, overrated or it's just fine. It's okay. Took was upset. He said it was blasphemous that we came in and he has a Raising Cane's. Took said it was blasphemous that to believe that. So Took, can you sell the people of Memphis, the Mid-South, Mississippi, on the concept of Raising Cane's and why? And tell me why that there's only just chicken fingers on the menu. Because all I see is look. I'm gonna pull the menu up right now, and I'm gonna show you what the menu says. I'm sure Sharky will be in the comments.
I'm about to say, and Cap, say what you got to say about him too.
I'm sure Sharky gonna be in the comments. But I'm gonna pull up the menu.
Hey, shout out to my dog Ryan Haskell for turning them folks up, man. DJ 8 o'clock in this morning.
All right, now look, here's the menu, right? You got a box combo, 4 chicken tenders.
Yeah.
You got you got the Caniac combo, 6 chicken fingers. You got the 3-finger combo, 3 chicken fingers. Okay. The sandwich combo, 3 chicken fingers on a bun. Okay. You got the kids combo, 2 chicken fingers. Then you got the tailgate. So this is the family size, right? You got the 25-finger plate, a 50-finger plate, a 75-finger plate, a 100, 100-finger tailgate plate. And then if you want to get just one chicken finger on the side, we got extras. We got a single chicken finger on the side.
Because if you go two, you got the kids meal.
And here's the problem, right? It opened up today in South Haven. We got another one coming in off Winchester in Memphis. The line was wrapped around like people are waiting in line for chicken fingers. Mind you, we got Guthrie's here, we got Zaxby's here, we got Slim Chickens here. So you got chicken finger options. And look, I like Raising Cane's. I had it once before on the way to Dallas. It was great. It was good. I'm not waiting in line for an hour and 54 minutes. Look, this ain't the DMV. I ain't trying to get a real ID. Like, I ain't got to wait 2 hours for a chicken finger. Why are we waiting in line so long? Is it that damn good, too? Let me know.
It's not that damn good, but it's the fact that Negroes, and this is South Haven, so you got the white people that we all combine for chicken, bro. And I don't understand you as a black man, again, with your black card probably finna go away now because it's chicken that's bringing the world together. And the fact that you don't realize that y'all don't realize it is kind of disheartening. Is it? No,
I realize it, but is it worth waiting 2 hours in line? 2 hours?
Yeah. It's the same thing when the Popeye chicken sandwich came out, bro.
And I never had it. I've never had chicken sandwich from Popeye. I've never had it.
Black card going away. See, there you go. You walked yourself right on into it. You walked yourself right on into it, bro. You saw it, Sheedy. You saw it real time, Sheedy. Real time.
So because I've never had the Popeye chicken sandwich, my black card is gone.
Oh, that shit gone now.
Yeah, high key, bro.
You had way more than enough time. They done changed the style.
You might have to get one for the Father's Day, bro.
Why would I go to Popeye when I got Chick-fil-A?
It's just the experience, bro.
I hear you. Yeah. You just gotta have
the experience, bro. But of course, like
y'all remember the chicken burger? My fault. We all talking. Keep going.
You said the chicken burger. They got chicken.
You remember the chicken wars? Like when that Popeye sandwich came out, then Wendy was like, "Oh, don't forget about us, McDonald's."
Oh yeah, I remember
like all that stuff. Yeah, my fault. We all topic. Back to the Canes. I'm sorry.
That was great, hey, but I'm a big fan of Canes out here, as y'all can see with the
Sharky. What?
That could have been exactly. Thank you, Sharky. Thank you. You've had way more. The line's not even that long now. Oh, you can Uber Eats chicken sandwiches now. Like we're here. You could have been had that opportunity. Whatever.
Look, I'm gonna get this chicken finger sandwich from Raising Cane. Where is it?
Go for it, bro.
Chicken
Go for it. But the thing is, like, so what I like to do, I'm gonna put y'all on game. Make sure y'all got some Lowry seasoning. And
Lowry's, okay.
Lowry, that because it needs some seasoning. All right, I'm gonna be honest. Canes don't have the seasoning.
Maybe order it, bro. I don't want to order it.
Their main focus is the sauce, bro. And I had to learn that the hard way. Okay. But once I learned it, it was still good. But you go home, you put this Lowry seasoning salt on it, and you actually put jelly on it.
That don't help me, Sharky. That don't help me, bro. That does not help me as a black person.
Wow.
Who keeping Arby's alive? Who keeping Arby's alive? Yo, non-black ass. Like, come on, bro. Come on, dog. Damn, freaking Arby's.
Gee, I didn't expect that. Not to go see. No. Bring that back when it's my time. No,
I got to check out on the final thing too. Y'all got to make sure y'all got either jelly or honey for the toast, bro.
Jelly, okay, hold on.
So this is one of the things you got to bring home, bro, and kind of make your own. But once you do, it's the best thing in the world.
Okay,
Canes, I love you.
Clearly.
Yeah. So I love how you ended it. You said you have to bring it home and make it better. I don't do that with Chick-fil-A. I don't have to do that with a Popeye sandwich. And as you scroll the menu, by the way, that's the menu, ladies and gentlemen. You either get a tender, 2 tenders as a kid's meal, 3, 4, and 6, or you get your bread, you put them tenders on a bread, and that becomes a sandwich. I don't want a tenders sandwich, okay? I'm not done though, because click up here, go to drinks, because you got a drink, right? It's either sweet tea or lemonade, ain't it? Go up to the
drinks.
There's no way.
Lemonade, sweet tea, unsweet tea.
They got Sprite and stuff, bro. That's just what
they got Arnold Palmer fountain drink, jug of lemonade, and jug of sweet tea and jug. So you get your fountain drink, get your Coke products, you know.
Okay, I give them that. But regardless of the fact, no, I'm not standing in line for something I can make at the house.
Yo, that
with my jelly.
Crazy.
By the way, And no, I'm not a fan of Raising Cane's. I'm only a fan of Raising Cane in. So just give me one, not Raising Cane's. And the fact that there are
chicken tenders all day, tenders and fries all day.
It's got to be. It's the same grease.
That's it.
It's the same grease, and you would you throw the toasters in a little oven or a little toaster or something like that, and be done with it. The coleslaw already made. They probably got that from Kroger.
Is coleslaw good or no?
So you get the option of replacing the coleslaw with extra fries.
Can I get more bread?
Oh, you can get one more piece of bread. Absolutely.
All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Okay.
So make sure you don't. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to eat the coleslaw. You can replace it with another side.
Okay.
Yes. Or you can just not go there. Like why?
No.
Look, Raising Cane's in Memphis. If you want to sponsor through the Hardaway, feel free. I will be Raising
after
Cane's.
y'all just bullshitting on that bag. Shit.
I am. And what's in the sauce? Ain't it ketchup and mayonnaise? Ain't that Raising Cane sauce?
Hey, this sauce is fire though. I had the sauce.
Yeah, I like it, and I could also make it at home.
This is true.
No, you can't. You can't make cane sauce at home, bro. It's one of its own. It's like Ed sauce from Good Burger.
No,
this man said Ed sauce.
I mean, that's what it is, bro. It's a Good Burger's chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Cut the show. This nigga said.
Everybody win for the Ed sauce, bro. And the burgers. That's it. That's all. If Good Burger ain't had number burgers,
get that Mondo burger.
That means they got number chicken strips. You know what you getting, and you good. Now, do I want people to wait 2 hours for line? No. But
yeah, that's man, we gotta do better. We gotta do better of waiting.
No, we don't, bro. It was a celebration, bro. If we can't celebrate chicken, who can?
But how long it take to make some tenders?
Not long. It's just a matter of people want them, bro. It's a line.
Well, I'm staying in line for tenders and crinkle cuts. That's what I'm saying in line for.
Get you an Orida bag and hit stuff.
That's what they for.
Yo, boy. Hey, I'll be there though. Well, no, I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna wait till my location opens on Winchester.
Just wait till next week. It'll be.
No, you're not. You pulling up with Popeyes. That's what you're gonna do.
I'm not getting chicken. No, I'm not getting chicken sandwich Popeyes. Not
he missing out on life though. I ain't even lie.
Yeah.
Like,
when the last time you had a Popeyes chicken sandwich?
The last time, probably a month ago.
It was definitely this year.
A month ago. A month.
Yeah, at least I know what it's like.
Now, Savage, go ahead and finish your statement, and I'm gonna come right back.
I frequent Chick-fil-A at least once a week, so I know I'm not gonna get a chicken sandwich from Popeyes. I'm not even gonna try that. No.
What you get from Chick-fil-A?
Depends on the vibe. If I want the regular, if I want the spicy, if I want the grilled, if I want the salad, if I want the tenders, if I want a milkshake, fries. I don't rock with the nuggets. My daughter.
I know you don't,
but I don't rock with
the nuggets for black people.
You got the app, don't you?
Wow.
Oh,
of course I got the app. Of course,
the nuggets are for us.
Who's us? Nuggets.
Yes, bro. I knew you ain't like the nuggets because when I see you, I don't recognize myself. I do it. I do it.
This makes no damn sense. We are only on this podcast going into the hour and 40th minute because Toot swears my black ass, the blackest on this podcast, the darkest nigga on this podcast is apparently not black enough. Where my black card at?
Pending. Pending. But Sam, no, I'm not done. So
there we go.
So you mean to tell me every week you done went to Chick-fil-A, but you couldn't save up a week or two to go get some wings? It took you 6, 7, 8 months to get some wings that cost the same price.
It just didn't happen that way. It didn't happen that way. I have had wings a lot more lately.
Let me tell you,
bullying me.
We are proud of you.
And you should be happy that we try to bully you into getting the chicken sandwich that you should have been had. It's a top 3 chicken sandwich of all time, bro.
Okay, Chick-fil-A number 1. Who's number 2?
Shit, Popeye.
So it's top 2 then, not top 3.
I mean, it's top 1 to me, but I didn't want to say top 1. And because I put it top 3. It's top 1 for me though.
Popeyes?
Top 1. If I go get the chicken sandwich and it ain't shit, matter of fact,
record it.
Matter of fact, homework for next episode. I'm gonna try.
He's gonna record himself like the homie who do the food.
Yep. I'm gonna be in the car. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try this sandwich. If I don't like it, I blame y'all.
Please do.
Blame y'all niggas.
I need your wife to be recording it though.
No, I'm recording myself. I'm gonna be by myself. This is a solo endeavor. I'm gonna do vocab word for day.
There you go. There you go.
You gotta be honest too, bro. You can't be acting this shit nasty. And then once the camera go off, you dive into them. Bro. You gotta be honest.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest about it. I'm gonna say, okay, this is an honest review. I'm an honest person. I keep it G. I call it straight down the middle of what I see. If it's some BS, I'm gonna let you know. If it's not some BS, I'm gonna let you know.
All right.
So I will get it before next episode. I promise you. I like it. I'm gonna get it for next episode. I'm gonna get it for next episode. And if it's trash, I will let y'all gentlemen know.
All right. Looking forward to it.
For real.
All right. So speaking of this episode, let me see the finals. Because I'm sure it'll be a minimum, well, obviously be a minimum game 5. Game 5 will be on a Monday. So do y'all want to do another Tuesday?
Tuesday cool.
Tuesday. All right. So next Tuesday, we might have an NBA champion. If not, we'll have a chicken sandwich champion next Tuesday.
I like it.
All right, y'all. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.
Hey, yo, Shakira made it.